Hi Rotarians, Rotaractors and friends of Rotary. My name's Travis Holland and I'm the chair of Rotaract Australia. My home club is the Rotaract Club of the Southern Highlands in District 9710, although I've recently moved to Bathurst in District 9700, and so there are moves afoot to establish a new home club for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to Sydney today, but the organisers have graciously agreed to let me talk to you by video. So in this video, I want to talk to you about one number, 5%, but I'll come back to that shortly. Firstly, Rotaract Australia is a collection of all Australian districts, your districts in fact. We don't exist or operate without the consent and support of your districts. We've asked our New Zealand cousins to join on a couple of occasions, but it's been hard to get off the ground. So, all Australian districts with Rotaract clubs are part of Rotaract Australia, which was endorsed by district governors at the time. And those districts outsource to us the running of annual training for Rotaractors, the Australian Rotaract Conference, and communication amongst Rotaractors across the country. Rotaract Australia is governed by a council made up of the district Rotaract representatives from each district. One district tried to tell me that they didn't have a DRR despite having 6 Rotaract clubs, and I had to remind them that Rotary International policy has it that the most recent available club president was automatically DRR if none had been elected. And so, in fact, they do have one. Back to this number 5%. We reckon that there are around 600 Rotaractors in Australia, but they come and go so often it's hard to keep good figures. Of the 600, it seems likely that just 5% move on to Rotary when they turn 30, which is the age that Rotaract goes up to. I can count on one hand those I know, and they're mostly past leaders of Rotaract Australia who are trying to set a good example. Now, I think that's atrocious. Why would Rotary want to continue to sponsor Rotaract and keep referring to us as future Rotarians if just 5% of our members become Rotarians? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Firstly, you might see us, that is Rotaract, as an investment in youth programs more generally, and not really future Rotarians at all. A better reason, and I think the more logical one, is that you see us as part of the Rotary family now, as opposed to what we can offer in the future. But here's the rub. If Rotaractors now don't feel that they're part of the Rotary family, then why would they become Rotarians later? And they're not, so I think we're failing on that front. Now, you might know that the Council and legislation recently relaxed the rules around qualification for membership of Rotary and explicitly stated that people could be both Rotarians and Rotaractors at the same time. Rotaract Australia welcomes this as a really good move, but for it to have any effect, it requires us, that is, you, me, and all the leaders of Rotary now, working together to implement it and ensure as many Rotaractors as possible feel like they're truly part of Rotary. That's the only way to get to 10% and then keep climbing. Now, I'll be in Penrith tomorrow from 10 AM until 2 PM as we're hosting a Rotaract session as part of the Institute. Please feel free to come along to the session or send me an email, a tweet, a text message or a Facebook message if you want to get in touch. That's all for now. Thanks. Yours in Rotary, Travis Holland.